This week was a great start to the new year. Want to know what sold? Stay tuned. Hi everyone, it's Stephanie from Three Queens Resale. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. It does mean a lot to me as I work on building my reseller community here on YouTube. And if you are returning, thanks for coming back. My reseller besties heart, it does mean so much to me that you are ride or die. So if you are not a reseller bestie, I would love for you to join us. Hit that subscribe button. And today's video is a what sold video. And I'm going to go over what sold from January 1st to January 7th. So let's get into it. But before we get into it, just a brief reminder that the more that you interact with this content, the more YouTube pushes it up and out to others. So I would appreciate it if you would definitely leave me a comment down below. What was your best sell of the week and how is your year starting off? And definitely like, and if you are interested in reseller content, hauls, how-tos, sourcing tips, all that good stuff, and following a basic girl like myself on her reseller journey, definitely consider subscribing. So with all that said, let's get into what sold. So starting off with Saturday, January 1st, on Poshmark, Max Studio Tunic size 3X. It sold for $9, and after the $2.95 fee, I was left with $6.05. I believe that was part of the 1,000 item listing challenge. Next was this Ellen Flusser dark blue crew neck sweater. It sold for $16, and after the $3.20 and the $12, I was left with $12.80, and that sold on Poshmark. And I apologize. In my notes, I have not been putting when they were listed, so I don't know how long I've had some of these items. If I can remember, I'll put it on the screen as I'm adding the photos and editing. Moving on to January 2nd, I had, let's see, it's a 2-page day. I always like 2-page days. I had 13 sales. So starting off with Poshmark was this Perry Ellis dress pant, size 34. It sold for $9. After the $2.95 in fees, I was left with $6.05. Then I've had the next on Poshmark was this vintage Ami Good Elegance suit. It was a wool suit, size 8. I have had this for a while, for over a year, and no action. So when I got an offer, I was like, sometimes I take a chance. I do remember getting it at $1 a day, and I was like, oh, I love this. But I am not a vintage expert. I don't know right keywords and stuff. So probably in the new year, I'm going to shy away from vintage because it's just not something I know much about. But it sold for $12, and after the $2.95 in fees, I was left with $9.05. Next on Poshmark was this Free People floral sleeveless dress. It sold for $15, and after the $3 in fees, I was left with $12. Free People is extremely expensive in the store. Some pieces still garner a lot of money. I still pick it up if it's in good condition because it will flip. But it's your business. You do what you do, but I still pick it up. Next on Poshmark was this Kato knee-length skirt, size 12. It sold for $16, and after the $3.20 in fees, I was left with $12.80. Also on Poshmark was this BDG, which is a house brand for Urban Outfitters. These were the yellow corduroy pants, size 28, and these were my daughter Courtney's. They had been listed back in December. They sold for $18, and after the $3.60 in fees, I was left with $14.40. Next up was this Akara green animal print long sleeve, size large. I did pick this up at the bins back in December. It sold for $16, and after the $3.20 in fees, I was left with $12.80. Then I sold this apartment 9 blue top size extra large. I believe it was new with tags. It sold for $8, and after the $2.95 in fees, I was left with $5.05, and I believe that had been listed since around August or September, because I remember listing that right when we moved into this house. Next on Poshmark were these Talbot's navy blue short sleeve top. It sold for $15. After the $3 in fees, I was left with $12. Continuing on with January 2nd, this Bernie button-down coat jacket. I guess it's like a shacket. It's a size extra large. I picked it up at the bins. It sold for $22. And after the $4.40 in fees and the $2.46 shipping discount, I was left with $15.14. Then on Poshmark, I saw this Vineyard Vines long sleeve t-shirt, size medium. It sold for $9, and after the $2.95 in fees, I was left with $6.05. Then my Mecari sales. I had 3 sales on Mecari. This Yes No Maxi Summer dress. I did buy it for a trip, for myself, for a trip to Vegas. It was new with tags. I did not end up wearing it, and I have too many things that are like that, so I decided to go ahead and just sell it. It sold for $21. After the $3.01 in fees, I was left with $17.99, and that had been listed since December. These next 2 items were also listed in December. So the Hollister windbreaker jacket, pink, I picked up at the bins. It sold for $28. After the $3.91 in fees, I was left with $24.09. And then finally, this Lilly Pulitzer long sleeve tee. It was Courtney's, my oldest daughter's. It sold for $31, and after the $4.30 in fees, I was left with $26.70. So, if you're new to my channel, I did attempt to list 1,000 items last month on Poshmark. I did not get to 1,000. I was like 136 short, so it was like 870 something. But over the past week, my husband cross-listed all of those things over to Mecari for us, and as a result, we are starting to see better sales on Mecari, which is super exciting. So those 13 items came to $173.52. I did take a lot of lower prices on those things because I am trying to flip my closet. As I flip my business model, I would like to move out older inventory that I had, that I bought when I was willing to sell things at a lower price. I still am willing to sell things at a lower price, but I want to move towards a more designer closet if I can, as I learn more about brands. So part of the transition. That's why you guys are with me on this crazy reseller journey. I keep fooling with light because I sometimes think I look dark and sometimes I think I look light. But moving on to June 3rd, Monday, I had one sale. It was Poshmark. It was this Nike pullover sweatshirt crew neck size large. It sold for $21, and after the $4.20 in fees and the $2.46 shipping discount, I was left with $14.34. Moving on to January 4th, I had 3 sales. The first was this torrid white woven button-down front dress. I think it was a 3X. It sold for $30. After the $6 in fees, I was left with $24. I literally listed it. It got a like, and then she bought it. So, or she sent an offer because I had it listed for like 35, and she sent an offer for 30, and I was like, yes, please. and so it's out the door. It's currently a case under review, so she's not happy with it. So um, I don't respond to cases on Poshmark. I just let them say what they have to say and let Poshmark decide what they're going to do. Um, I'm too busy to go tit for tat with someone in the comments. I feel like we have a good process for cleaning, steaming, packaging, measuring, um, a very thorough listing in comparison to what I see other resellers have on Poshmark. So if Poshmark decides to side in her favor, that's fine. As long as I get the garment back in the condition that I sent it, I'm cool. I will relist it and move on with life. Um, Let me know how you handle cases in the comments. Do you like chat back or try to tell your side? Like, I don't know if it's because I'm almost 50, but I don't have the energy for that. Oh, you don't want it. You don't have to make up an excuse as to why you don't want it. Just send it back. Um, next up on, oops, next up on Poshmark is this Paisley sweatshirt, size small. So this is probably my worst sell ever. This sweatshirt has been around forever. Um, so when I sent out offers with shipping discounts, I was like, I'm sending out on everything in my closet. And so someone bought this for $5. So after the $2.95 fee and the $1.50 shipping discount, I made 55 cents. So I was like literally probably paying someone to take this. Like, go. But no, seriously, I have a lot of older items that have just been hanging around. And so if I can't move them, I'm currently in the process of pulling them to send some of them to thread up, some of them to consignment, just trying different ways to kind of turn over my inventory, older inventory. Next on eBay was this cabbie short sleeve yellow, white, and white top. It sold for $4. After the 64 cents in fees, I was left with $3.36. I haven't been doing much with eBay, but I am, because it just is exhausting to me. But I am going to start cross listing over there. I'm currently going to move a lot of the things that I have on eBay to auction. So if you are following me on Instagram, my eBay is linked on Instagram, and it's also linked in the description below. Hop on my eBay, check that out. I am auctioning off a bunch of things, um, just older things, so but you might find interesting. And as always, send me a comment that you saw me on YouTube, and I will definitely get you a great deal. And I'd had that cabbie shirt since November of 2020. And that Cainsley shirt, I'd had it since June of 2020. So, yeah. Those three items came to $27.91, which brings us to Wednesday, June 5th. The first sale was on Poshmark. It was the Victoria's Secret Forever Tankini top size extra large. In my research, this was a rare top, so but it sold for $24 after the $4.80 in fees and the $2.46 shipping discount. I was left with $16.74. So this was an offer sent out by Posture VA, and they accepted it. And I had listed that in December and got it from the bins. This item next was cross-listed onto Mecari last week, and it sold right after being cross-listed. This Ideology leather jacket, it sold for $48, and after the $6.49 in fees, I was left with $41.51, bringing my Wednesday total to $58.25. And then next we have Thursday, January 6th. So we had 5 sales, and the first is this woods and gray pullover sweater, size large. It sold for $23 after the $4.60 in fees and the $2.46 shipping discount. I was left with $15.94. Next on Mecari was this Burberry Brit women's fitted button-down shirt. It sold for $48 after the $6.49 in Mecari fees. I was left with $41.51, and I had picked that up pretty recently, one of my last hauls in December, so it's just been listed probably like less than 2 weeks. Next on Poshmark was this torrid striped maxi dress, size 1X. It sold for $19, and after the $3.80 in fees, I was left with $15.20. Then these Capezio patent leather tap dance shoes. They sold for $15. After the $3 in fees, I was left with $12. And then finally on Poshmark were these Nine West heels, like open toe sandals. They sold for $18. After the $3.60 in fees and the $2.46 shipping discount that I paid, I was left with $11.94, and that was a Posher VA offer that was accepted. Moving on to Friday, January 7th, our last day in this what sold. I sold 5 items, all of them on Poshmark. The first was this Old Navy color block sweater, size large. I don't, that was mine. I think it's probably been listed since like November or December because I did clean out my closet. Um, and I'm going to do another closet clean out. Next was this Michael Kors size 8 blazer. It was actually one of the oldest items I had. It sold for $10 after the $2.95 in fees. I was left with $7.05 and room in a bin. Out with the old, in with the new. Next was this Madewell Harper pink suede slip-on mule, size 7. I did pick these up at the bins. They sold for $25, and after the $5 in fees, I was left with $20, and I did pick those up probably back in November. It takes me a little longer to process shoes because I am one of the resellers that does clean shoes. So even when I pick up like clothes like that stuff, I throw in the wash and it gets processed a lot quicker. But I do hand clean most shoes. We have leather wipes, suede conditioner, all the things, brushes, and I like to get in there and scrub them clean before I photograph and have them listed. Next on Poshmark were these Boggs girls rubber boots. They sold within a day of listing for $20. I did have them priced at like $35, but they're in good pre-owned condition, but I was happy with $20. I got them out of the bins. So $20, $4 in fees to Poshmark left me with $16. And the final sale of this week is this Joseph Ribkoff black beaded sweater. It's like an open waterfall cardigan with beads down the hem of it, or I guess, I don't know, the front of it. So I thought it was really pretty. It could be dressed up, worn over a nice dress, or worn to work. But it sold for $28, and after the $5.60 in fees, I was left with $22.40. That was a bins pickup, and it was part of my 1,000 listing challenge, and it was listed in December. So as you can see, a lot of the items from that challenge are starting to sell through. I do have a playlist of my listing challenge so that you can see my progress. I think I did 4 videos about that. So if you have some reselling goals for the upcoming year, maybe go back and watch my listing challenge. You can see my ups and downs of it, and the pros and cons of trying to list 1,000 items in 30 days. Would not recommend 1,000 items, but you might have a different setup than me. But definitely pick a number that is going to challenge you, but you can manage and set yourself up for success. So, the numbers. So this week I made $459.93. That number is after shipping discounts, after fees, all that. It is the number that is going in my bank account. I know a lot of resellers give you a much higher number, that their number of total sales. I could also give you that, but that's confusing. And then when you start reselling, you're like, why aren't I making $100,000 a year like everybody else? And really, they're not. They're just inflated number. Not even inflated, but just not completely transparent in what that number reflects. So my numbers are everything taken out except for taxes. So $459.93. I sold 31 items, and my average sale price is $14.84. So I'm at about 25% of my goal, so probably about 24 for the total, because I want to sell $2,000 a month. Well, $2,000 this month, but it's going to step up each month. I want it to double each month. 31 items I sold, and the goal is to sell 150. And the average sale price, I want to move closer to 20. So 1484 is a little low, but Poshmark, on Mecari, I am having a lot of full price sales, and so as people start to purchase those things, hopefully that will bring that up, because I don't send out like offers to likers and things like that on Mecari the way that I do on Poshmark. So if you are still hanging out with me, thank you so much. Go ahead and hit that like button, and until next time, bye.